Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your March 2022 love reading. This is for any of you currently in a romantic partnership, or if it comes up in a temporary separation with your person. If you're single and looking for new love, I will have separate readings posted for you guys. So let's get right into your month ahead and let's see what we've got coming up for you for March. And we do have a big full moon in Virgo on the 18th, and this brings in, of course, Virgo energy represented by the Hermit card. So the Virgo energy brings in a healing element to things. It also brings in a bit of soul searching and some quiet contemplation as well. It can also bring about, even though the Virgo energy might be a little bit solitary, it's a perfect time to let things go, or maybe to spend a little bit of quiet time with your person. So let's see what else we've got coming in here for you. We've got the moon energy may be very prevalent in your life at the moment. Okay, so certainly that moon cycle may have be a little bit of a turning point for you, or it might be a time for you and your person to really talk about the future and think about, where you want to go, have those kind of important conversations. And the moon can sometimes be where things start to come to light as well. Okay, the moon brings out a lot of emotions in in people, right? Things that have been hidden perhaps come to the surface. Okay, and this can be where hidden dreams, hidden desires come out to light. Okay, or you start to realize certain emotions that you're feeling about your person, they feel about you. The moon energy, as far as relationship goes, can represent a little bit of fantasy. So, perhaps you have some fantasies, some dreams that you want to accomplish with your person. You could also be fantasizing about certain things and spicing up your life a little bit there. So, you know what? Why not follow your dreams? Turn a fantasy into reality. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. But the moon energy is also where we realize some fears as well. So it may just feel a little bit emotional in the month ahead. It's not necessarily a bad thing, and that Virgo energy could certainly bring that out as well. So you may have some fears come to, like fear of commitment. Okay, maybe something from your past, something preventing you from making change or moving forward to the future. Or perhaps the moon is where we also, our intuition is very much heightened with that moon energy. And sometimes things start to come to light, but we can't quite put our finger on certain things. So there may be, maybe something that you're thinking about, and you just can't quite control the energy, or can't quite put your finger on what you're thinking or what you're sensing, even around as well, right? Sometimes our spidey senses just go a little bit crazy. So sometimes we need to sit in that energy to see if we can understand what it is. But the moon also, again, brings about some healing, okay? But it's also a deep soul connection with your person as well. So some of you could certainly have a soulmate relationship that you're currently involved in. And sometimes the soulmate relationships, they can at times be a little bit uncomfortable, because our soulmates are here for a reason, to help break us open, to show us aspects of ourselves that we had either forgotten about, ignored, or we weren't even aware of. Okay, and that's all in your subconscious. So so you can certainly have a very magical quality with your relationship here. But the moon can also bring about healing, and of course it is also about cycles. Okay, so some of you may be entering a new cycle, a new phase in your relationship, and enhancing that in some way. We've got the sun and the moon. There we go. Okay, so I feel like some of you are really shining a light on your relationship in the month ahead, really shining a light on things that are unsaid, unspoken. Okay, really shining a light on your fears, your worries, your doubts, and where there may be some fears, or some, how should we say, some hesitation for things. The sun really does replace any kind of fears, doubts, worries with a bright, shiny optimism. Whenever the sun shows up in your reading, this is all about happiness and joy, and enjoying life, enjoying the present moment, having a positive, optimistic outlook, and seeing that even if you're going through any kind of challenges or obstacles, there's a way forward, there's a way past that. I think some of you with the sun energy there, you may have, this may be a time for your relationship to blossom and grow, right? The moon, all about cycles. The sun, growing in your relationship, being very happy, this feeling of togetherness, of family, okay, this feeling, this deep connection that just brings wonderful joy and celebration to your heart. Some of you, I think, are having some really good news in the month ahead here with that sun card. Perhaps you're starting a family, spending some time with your family, maybe even like blending families together. But the sun is all about growth, happiness, joy, optimism. It brings about success, okay? So there is probably you're going to celebrate some wins in your relationship, big and small, throughout the month ahead. And of course, it also brings abundance into your life. So all of this wonderful positive energy that is blossoming. And some of you may have some really good news, and you're certainly entering a new cycle, and you certainly have something to celebrate because we've got the High Priest energy, which is the Hierophant energy. And of course, we all know, as far as love and romance goes, the Hierophant is, either a marriage card or higher level of commitment in some way. It's like you've learned something, you have ascended in your relationship, you've learned a thing or two, you've learned about what you want, what you don't want, and you are still sticking to things. You're still sticking with your, with your person, and you're very, very optimistic about the future here. So a lot of wins for you guys in the month ahead. So this is really quite fantastic energy for you. And of course, Taurus, the High Priest energy, the Hierophant, is your card, your energy. So this could certainly be a month where you might have to work through a couple of issues, or, work through some fears, or, talk about some deeper seated emotions with your person. Okay, some of you might be saying your I love yous for the first time. Okay, all of these things. But that High Priestess, High Priest, everything is coming together for you. And it just feels like whatever situation that you are in, you are very committed with your person. Okay, so even if you are going through a bumpy patch, or if you've gone through a bumpy patch, then I think you're going to really figure out a way to get yourself back on track. So we've got the money card coming out. So you could have some financial issues in the month forward. This particular money card can certainly represent, any kind of money problems, money issues. So sometimes we need to talk about that, especially if you and your person, maybe you're in a newer relationship and you don't know how to bring up the subject of money, or perhaps you're in debt or something like that. You don't want to tell your person, right? You're afraid that maybe they'll have a decreased opinion of you or something like that. You know what? Money's money, money's energy. Everyone goes through the ups and downs, and whatever it is, what it is. Okay. But I also feel here that for some of you, there may be actually some money coming in, and we do have the Sun card there bringing in abundance. Okay. And of course, the High Priest can, sure, it has a certain level of commitment with it. So some of you could be coming into some sort of money. You could also have a relief in your money situation as well. And with, some of you may be getting married, getting engaged, okay, or maybe you're moving in with your person, whatever a higher level of commitment means to you. And so perhaps you're blending your finances with your person, and this all of a sudden brings abundance into your life, right? All the bills are all of a sudden split in two. You no longer have to go it alone. Okay, so I think some of you may have some really positive improvements as far as your money situation goes in the month ahead. We also have true love. So here is this beautiful, beautiful energy of true love and connection with your person. I think that, whatever is going on, love will really rule the day. And you know what? For the majority of the month, we're still in Pisces season. Pisces season does bring about this love, this dreamy quality, okay, following your dreams. It does bring in some romance, okay, and also heightened intuition certainly comes there as well. So I think if some of you were wondering if this is a true love or a soulmate connection, okay, we certainly have that coming in there for you. We also have karma here as well. So I think some of you are really getting rewarded for all of the good that you've ever put out in the world. Okay, I think if you've been through a challenging period with your person, I think things are about to get better. Okay, this could also be a karmic connection with your person. And sometimes we've got that past life connection that's coming in here with your person too. So for some of you, you could have known your person in a previous lifetime in some way. But the karma energy here can certainly show that there are some blessings headed your way. But a karmic connection with a person doesn't always mean that it's, hunky dory peachy keen every single minute of every single step of the way. Okay, sometimes we do have those ups and downs with that person. So the message with the karma card here is to go with the flow, okay, to allow destiny to take its course and without resisting. Okay, and that moon energy can certainly be a go with the flow kind of energy there as well. We also have mature woman coming in here, okay, and the mature woman can represent an older female that may have some sort of influence in your romantic situation in the week ahead, okay. This can represent your significant other, okay, so perhaps they're showing up in your reading, but this can also be some external influence coming in here for you, okay. Think of, a friend, a family member, mother-in-law, okay, mother-in-law, sister, okay, something like that. All right, so some sort of mature woman that is coming in. They may have some really good advice. Sometimes the high priest card can be an advice card, okay, and so this person could have some influence on your relationship in some way. It's a very neutral card, okay. It just does represent a person who does have some sort of influence in your relationship. And again, I'm really picking up like kind of a advice vibe with it, but sometimes even people's good intentions aren't always well received. Okay, you think of the well-meaning mother-in-law or something, or the well-meaning best friend, and they've got your best interests at heart, and they just want to help, but sometimes they may overstep a few boundaries here and there. Okay, so you may have to, that might be part of that moon energy, is to face your fears and to put up some boundaries. That's not always the easiest thing to do. I do have to say, the money card here can certainly represent some abundance coming into your life, specifically about your money, your finances. And the sun card also has to do with abundance and success there as well. So I think if you've been going through a rough patch, or even if you haven't, I think you may have money on the mind as far as your relationship goes, but I also think that there is some sort of relief that's coming in here, and possibly in a big way for some of you, okay, with both of these energies. So let's see what else that we've got coming out here for you. And we've got the Temperance card right in the middle, right in the heart of your reading. Temperance card is a wonderful energy. It brings about a calm, peaceful time for you. It also brings about some healing. So if anything comes up during the month, or if anything's been going on now, okay, this is the time where you can really connect with your person, get back on track with your person, and really kind of, come back into alignment, or come into a deeper sense of connection with them and with you. We've got the Six of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups, very nice, High Priestess, we've got the World, and we have the Empress. This is absolutely fantastic energy. The bottom of the deck here, we've got Ace of Pentacles coming out here for you. So the Ace of Pentacles could certainly represent some financial situation that's coming in. It can also represent a new step, a new phase in your material world here too. So yes, it can also represent a gift. And of course, Pentacles are usually represented by gold. Okay, so perhaps, yes, perhaps some of you have a ring coming towards you in the month ahead, okay, or perhaps you are the giver and not necessarily the receiver, okay. Some of you could certainly be coming into union or partnership, or have, some sort of, engagement ring, or maybe even like a promise ring or something, right? Like, just something kind of a little bit sweet and a little bit romantic there, or gifts of any kind, okay, could certainly come in there. But yes, you could certainly have some financial situation coming in. But we do have the World card coming in here and the Ace of Pentacles. So I think some of you, with that moon energy, I think some of you really are going to step into a higher level of commitment. The Ace of Pentacles, an offer, the next phase of your relationship coming in here, and one that promises a lot of potential, a lot of success, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. Okay, so be open to, all kinds of opportunities with your person, and this can certainly be an offer of living together or something like that as well, or joining your money, joining your finances. Okay, so certainly some very positive energy for you guys. Okay, so we've got the Six of Wands and the Empress card. So here you are. I think that you're really in this energy where you're in love, you're in connection with your emotions, you're growing. There's abundance and all these kind of wonderful things flowing to you. I think your relationship is, really kind of, you're feeling all the feels here, Taurus. Okay, I think some of you, whether you are in the energy every single day or not, okay, there's a lot of love here in this connection with your person. The Empress really is ruled by Venus. Okay, and it's like, I think even if you've had some issues, okay, or even if you've got any challenges that are upcoming, okay, with the Temperance card here and the Empress card here, I think the mindset is really more like we can overcome anything. We can heal situations. We can get together as two people, as one symbiotic union, with symbiotic unit here. Okay, we can restore and repair anything that tends to go astray. Okay, and I just feel this deepening of this bond here, and because of course there is this love that's here, and I think that some of you here, you're really coming into a deeper sense of connection with your person, and again, it's just really this big energy of we can overcome whatever is put in our path. Okay, the good, the bad, the ugly, the challenging, the magnificent, all of these things. Okay, I think if you're in separation with your person, the Temperance card can certainly represent you and your person taking a very calm, peaceful approach to things and getting back on track, getting back on, where you're meant to be, because the Temperance card is Sagittarian energy for one, but the Temperance card is one of a very calm, patient energy, and it is also one, of course, brings in a healing element as well. But it's also a guardian angel card for me. Okay, guardian angels, spirits, guides, okay, the universe, all of these things. And I think you're perhaps have a lot of spiritual protection here as well. So pay attention to your intuition. Whatever your situation is, your person is very much feeling the same way. Your person has the same kind of outlook as you, the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is an energy, a card of victory, of success, of overcoming your challenges and obstacles, moving forward, onwards, and upwards. Okay, it brings in an energy of celebration, of victory, of being in the spotlight, being in the limelight here. Okay, so considering that energy, the Six of Wands quite often shows like a victory parade. Okay, so I think here that I think here there are some very, very positive plans that are in the works for you. So if you don't already know, okay, that you may be headed to a higher level of commitment with your person, I think perhaps your person may actually have that on the brain with that Six of Wands, right? It's like all eyes on you and your relationship, right? And you get there by, completing a cycle and stepping it up a notch and stepping it up and up and up. So I think your person is really feeling that bond too with that Six of Wands. Super duper positive mindset, whatever your situation has to be. Okay. Now, some of you certainly could be, I can't ignore the World card here. Okay, I think for some of you, you certainly could be in that energy where there may be a lot of love and connection, but you may have a lot of problems. And so, if you're going through like a divorce with your person or a separation, okay, I think here that you've got a mutual respect for each other. And the Temperance card, I think that you're going to take a very mature approach to things, whether you continue on with your union or whether you are wrapping things up. Okay, I think you're really going to rise above the lower vibrational energies. Okay, and I think you're just really going to find a way to coexist or co-parent or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, I don't have breakup cards or anything like that here. It's just an energy that I'm getting, okay, especially with that healing energy that comes in with the Temperance card. Okay, I'm being guided and protected. And I just think that if you and your person are headed down the road to, whether you are separated or getting divorced, or you might have children as well, okay, especially with the Sun and the Empress card there, okay, I just think that you and your person are taking the high road. You're taking a very mature approach to dealing with your relationship, and you're putting on a brave face for the world too. So, but I do, for the most part here, feel a very calm, peaceful energy in your relationship, working past your problems, and, really being very optimistic about the future here. And again, there's a lot of love here, especially with the 10 of Cups, a lot of love, and the Empress card, a lot of love. And I'm also getting a respect energy here as well, respect, mutual respect with you and your person, whatever you've got going on in your month. So it's absolutely beautiful energy. Your subconscious emotions, we've got the Queen of Swords, and we've got the World card here. Okay, you are represented by the World card. Okay, I think that you know that you're about to level up. There's something here. I think you're feeling as though things are really on track. They're where you're headed in the right direction. The World card does show a completion of a cycle. It shows you celebrating your moment, celebrating a milestone moment in your relationship here, okay, and really looking forward to the next step and into the future with your person, of course. And we have an Ace of Pentacles here, so better put a ring on it there, baby, okay. But your person has the Queen of Swords here as well. So the Queen of Swords could certainly represent that your person is is ultimately very much, I think your person's hiding something, to be honest with you, because this is subconscious, okay? And with the Queen of Swords, all right, can certainly represent a conversation that someone wants to have, okay? And not getting a negative energy off that. I don't feel there's some big, massive secret that's gonna, destroy your world or anything like that. I'm just getting kind of a little secretive, kind of excited energy that is coming in here. So I think that for some of you, I think your person may actually surprise you in some way in the month ahead, okay? Because it's very conversation energy. So I think there's a really important conversation, whatever that happens to be for you, that may come up in the month ahead, okay? It's just not quite there yet. It's just coming out of your person's subconscious, okay? So I think there's really that there. But the Queen of Swords is also one of honesty and truth. So perhaps there is some sort of truth to be revealed. And the Moon card is where we kind of, our intuition is telling us that there's something beneath the surface, okay? That there's some truths that you're starting to put your finger on. So perhaps your person might actually have an actual secret, okay? Or maybe they know that you do, right? And I am getting a little bit of a, just to repeat the energy, I am getting a little bit of a like financial secret, okay? So maybe someone's got some debt that they don't want to tell someone about. There's that fear coming out there, okay? It might actually be your person, to be honest with you, okay, if that is your particular situation. That will not speak to everybody, obviously, okay, but I just think there's some sort of something to do with money and a secret and a fear of maybe bringing it to light, or maybe someone just doesn't know how to deal with it, okay? It could certainly be that there. All right, but the Queen of Swords is ultimately a very wise energy. It's one of really having a really good intuition, a really good sense. And I think here with this Queen of Swords here, the Queen of Swords can also be about boundaries, okay? So beneath it all, I think your person is, they're very honest, okay? I think they speak their mind, all right? They may even have something to say, as we already said. But I think intuitively they are guided to a certain path, a certain direction, right? They're very much trusting their intuition at this time. And we all should anyway, okay? But I think this person, I think this person may be, I don't know, is your person may actually be experiencing a little bit of spiritual growth, of personal growth here, perhaps, with that Queen of Swords being a very intuitive kind of energy. Okay, so, and then especially when we've got the Temperance card there as well. All right, so your person is certainly trusting their intuition. All right, but the Queen of Swords can also be that your person is thinking very logically about something, maybe logically about money, about the future, okay, all of these things. But subconsciously, I think with the Queen of Swords can quite often represent boundaries as well. Okay, someone who really does put up boundaries. I think here your person may not necessarily express their feelings to you. I think they show you a lot of things, but they may not necessarily express things like, shower you with I love yous 20 times a day. And I don't know that you would actually really like that anyway, because you'd be like, okay, you know what? You're laying it on a little too thick. Okay, but interesting. So I don't know, because the Queen of Swords is very warm, very warm, very loving, but doesn't necessarily show it. Okay, so it just could be that your person doesn't necessarily wear their emotions on their sleeve. Okay, or they may not necessarily be one of those people that says I love you all the time or whatever, but they probably show it in a lot of different ways here. Okay, so but ultimately very positive energy even way. But as getting back to boundaries though, I am looking at the mature woman as I'm touching this card. So I think maybe your person deep down, perhaps there is somebody in your relationship, or I don't really want to say the word interfering, although that might actually be part of it. Okay, but there may be somebody around you, a friend, a family member, mother-in-law, something, okay, where your person subconsciously feels that there are boundaries that are needed somewhere there. Okay, so again, it could be like a well-meaning friend, okay, or again, mother-in-law. Especially, I've got to say, the Empress card can be a pregnancy card, right? And the sun can also represent children too. So perhaps there's some discussion around starting a family, or perhaps there's something to do with children, okay, that are around you. If you already have kids, okay, you could be wanting to put up some boundaries with somebody who is maybe trying to tell you how to raise your children, okay, that kind of thing. All right, but there may be some boundaries somewhere there for you, okay. But I think, here, you externally, uh, externally, your person is, I think they show you a lot of love. The Ten of Cups. I think they have a lot of love to give. They have a lot of love to show you. And again, they may not necessarily always say it, okay, but when they do, it holds greater impact for you. But I think with the Ten of Cups, I think your person shows you a lot of love in a lot of different ways. And the Ten of Cups is, of course, the second happiest card in the entire deck. So the Sun and the Ten of Cups coming out is beautiful energy. Okay, so I think your person may when you walk in the room, I think you just light up your person. I think they just have the warm and fuzzies in their heart, okay, whenever they see you. And I think you just put a big smile on their face, and I think you make them happy, and I think they show their appreciation to you, right? The Six of Wands is really showing appreciation as well, okay. But again, I think there's something here. I think there's some of you are getting a little bit of a surprise, okay, through the month. I can't get rid of this surprise energy that is coming in. All right, and it really, I think, is this Queen of Swords, and I think it's your person. Okay, so there's some sort of conversation that is going to happen, but again, we've got this Ace of Pentacles hiding at the bottom of the deck here as well. All right, so whether you're just entering in the next stage of your relationship, you do have an opportunity here, some sort of moving in together, or something to do with money in some way. Okay, maybe even a fresh start on something there as well, because some of you may be going through a rocky patch here, and I think there might be a fresh start available for you if that's what you're looking to have. But you are also trusting your intuition here as well. You've got the High Priestess. You may find your person may actually be a little bit more outwardly expressive than you are. And the High Priestess is not exactly a talkative kind of energy. I think here you're you're either in a really comfortable place where you don't have to worry and you're just going with the flow. The High Priestess, I think you're just kind of comfortable, but not comfortable like in a complacent kind of way. I think you're just, for one, with the High Priestess being very intuitive, okay, also can hold some secrets and mysteries, okay. I think you may actually have some sort of some sort of intuitive knowledge, shall we call it, okay, that there's something behind the scenes, there's something behind the surface here, okay, that there's some sort of surprise or something like that hidden your way. Okay, you might not be able to put your finger on it. The high priestess can certainly indicate as well that you're keeping quiet about something as well, right? With it not being a talkative energy. So you may actually be somebody that doesn't necessarily speak about their feelings, or perhaps you just don't talk about it to your social circle. Okay, you just might be really comfortable where you're at the moment, and you don't necessarily feel the need to express the status of your relationship, to the outside world, especially if you're going through a rocky patch. Okay. But I also think here that maybe you do have something that needs to be said, or something that needs to come out in the open. Okay. But I think it's very positive, whatever it is. All right. And it could certainly be something in relation to a conversation. Your person here with the Queen of Wands may intuitively know, okay, that you may have something that you want to say or get out in the open. But with your intuition here, with your person, Queen of Swords, and then the High Priestess here, we could certainly be looking at the soulmate connection. Okay, you might just walk in the room with your person and things just kind of click together. You know what the other person wants to say before they say it. You've got this spiritual connection with your person, and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so whatever status, whatever phase in your relationship's going, it's a very peaceful month for you. I think there's a lot of love, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. I think there's a lot of togetherness here as well. Again, maybe some boundaries that need to get put up there, but I also think that there are some improvements in your relationship going through the month forward. And again, with that High Priest energy, certainly you might be learning something about your person, especially if you're in a newer relationship, because for some of you, this is blossoming as we go forward. Okay, for some of you, there's repairs that are going on here as well. But I do feel whatever is going on, there's a lot of love in the air. Okay, and there's a lot of optimism in the air here as well. Okay, so beautiful energy, very creative, very romantic, right? The moon can bring out romance. The Empress, certainly love and romance there as well. And 10 of Cups is just so much love and so much wonderful energy that is in the air. It's a little bit jelly over here, gotta say. All right, so it's just lovely energy. So I think no matter where you are, I think you're gonna come into alignment with a lot of things in the month of March. But yeah, if you're planning a wedding, or if you're getting engaged, or certainly entering the next phase of your relationship, okay, in the month ahead, congratulations to you, because it just feels as though there's just so much happiness that is coming in here for you. All right, and it might be part of that Pisces energy that we've got going on, giving that a lot of love in the air, dreams coming to fruition, all of those things. So it's really quite fabulous. So we're going to close out with a few last messages for you. Okay, so I've got a few Lovers Oracle cards here. One or all or none may actually speak to you. It just depends on where you're at. And we'll grab your Wisdom of the Oracle card here as well. All right, so we have here, whoops, thank you. We've got Only Time Will Tell. There is your card there. Only time will tell. And just like that message with the karma card that came out, sometimes you've just got to let certain events unfold as they're meant to. Okay, let destiny unfold as it should. Be open, be receptive, and go with that flow. Here is your next card, and we have Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Okay, and one thing with that 10 of Cups there, and also the Sun there as well, it's like you're happy ever after. Okay, so I think your person is actually maybe not necessarily telling people, but perhaps is really in that mindset where, they may feel that you are their happily ever after. Okay, so it's a very strong connection that I feel here. Here is your next card. And we've got Balance. Hey, look at that. Temperance energy. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Okay, there's that Temperance energy. And last message is Community. And this is a beautiful card of connections, of joy, of fun, of support. Okay, so I think between you and your person, I think you support each other through the good and the bad. There might be some underlying fears or challenges or things that you have to work through. Relationships are complicated, okay? But I think here, ultimately, I think you really do support each other. I think you're building a life with your person, or you have built a life with your person, and there's certain things that you want to remain the same, the status quo. I think there's some changes that might be on the horizon for some of you, but I think whatever your situation, whatever your status, I think there's a very supportive and loving energy that is around you here, okay? The community card can also represent that there may be somebody around you, okay? There might be a support group, a support system, your friends, your family, those kind of things that can help you and guide you along the way a little bit. The mature woman, like we said a little bit earlier, could certainly represent somebody who gives some really good advice. Okay, so whatever this all means for you, there's so much love and so much positivity in the air. I hope you guys have a fantastic month ahead. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I really do hope that you have all the best. Okay, all the best energy, and congratulations to those of you who do have a little bit of a surprise coming up in the month ahead. All right, I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.